What is an enclosed pasture? An enclosed pasture is a piece of land where livestock roam. On this piece of land, it is usually enclosed by a fence. Also, it is one of the best farming methods for meat productions. You are also able to have rotational grazing with enclosed pastures because you can have a group of animals, say cows, stay and eat in one enclosed pasture, and then have them move to another one once the food resources are drained to allow the resources to regrow. There are many benefits when it comes to enclosed pastures, but I'll name a few so I do not bore you. By eating meat grown from enclosed pastures, you are less likely to make contact with illnesses and diseases such as E. coli or Listeria. Because the animals on enclosed pastures feed on the grass there and are not crowded tightly in a given area. Meat is also healthier and less fattening because the animals eat what they naturally eat instead of being fed food such as grains. It is also better for the environment because farmers do not need to use machinery or antibiotics to keep the animals fed and healthy. Some interesting facts about enclosed pastures are switching from conventional beef to pastured beef would reduce a person's yearly calorie intake by 16,642 calories. That is a lot. Also, 33% of the total land surface on Earth is used for livestock production. Imagine that.
How much do enclosed pastures cost? In order for an enclosed pasture, you're going to need to have fencing to keep the animals in. The cost of this will vary based on the material, but it can cost from $225 to $1,300. In addition to this, you're going to have to pay for installation if you can't do it yourself. However, these are not the only costs. In addition to fencing costs for farmers, there's also an extra cost for consumers. This extra cost comes from the animals being fed and treated better, raising the price of their meat and other products. This also raises costs for the farmers because they have to pay for better food. Other variables that would raise the price are extra pastures for rotational grazing and GMOs for plants and food. Enclosed pastures are relatively new in Canada, but they are gaining interest, especially in the Maritimes. This is because of health benefits equaling to better quality food, raising the price for consumers. 58% of acres in Canada can grow grass, making enclosed pastures a great idea. In addition to this, organic farms in general are also on the rise. Now it's time for some current events. At Bangor University in the UK, there is research being done on the effect of sheep grazing in urine. This is because it is believed to create nitrous oxide, or laughing gas patches, in the pasture. In addition to this, there is also an increase in smaller versions of enclosed pastures due to how profitable they can be.
Created using Powtoon.